I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. Yes, I really love my job. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Yes, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. We're disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted.
Firmly Rooted family, good morning and happy Monday morning. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Ministries. Had a great Sunday worship, not only here, but in Greendale. Just Pastor Grigsby got to preach his first message. What an amazing job he did. And we did a little something new, something I've not done before, and hoping it went okay yesterday. Took people through a little bit of an exercise, and God challenged me with that yesterday morning, and so I had to do it. Hopefully those of you who experienced it felt it was a blessing. What else is going on? We've got kids back in school today. We've got important school board meetings tonight, tomorrow, the next day, as we interview candidates for our superintendent position. And yeah, just know that there's a lot going on, and God's got a lot going on in both of these firmly rooted sites, as well as all the firmly rooted sites in between. I'm amazed at how many people from Texas to Minnesota to Wisconsin and Ohio and other places, Hawaii, that are connected. So it's beautiful. Vivian Davis, good morning. Brian Flaming and Judy, good morning. Jackie Matus, good morning. That's me. Nikki Chason, good morning. Diane Giroux, good morning. Bert Reggiani, good morning. The Sieberts, good morning, and prayers continue for both of you. Steve Giroux, good morning. All right, we're in Matthew 24. Matthew 23 was the woes. Matthew 24, hey, Pamela C. Matthew 24 is the signs of the end times, the end of the age. And Pastor Russ began us last week on this, and what a blessing it is to have him taking a couple days a week of the devotions and prayer time. So thank you for that. But we're looking at one verse. We're looking at Matthew 24, verse 9. Then you, talking about disciples, then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me. Signs of the end of the age. This is one of those reasons why I think the signs of the ends of the age began already with Jesus' death and resurrection. Don't look at it from an earthly kingdom perspective. Look at it from a spiritual kingdom perspective. And Jesus' death and resurrection was a death blow to the principalities and powers of the kingdom of this world. Doesn't mean they're still not reeling. It doesn't mean they're not active. It just means they're finished and they're done. But just as Jesus faced persecution in the kingdom of this world, God's children will face trials, tribulations, and persecutions because the war continues. Because it doesn't matter where around the world, Christianity stands uniquely opposite of all the stuff in the kingdom of this world, all the religions, all the philosophies that make it about us. And Christianity makes it about God, who he is and what he's done. And when Christians hold on to the truths of the scriptures and the truths of Jesus, the philosophies and the religions of this world can't stand it because it's so contrary to their teachings, and so they have to persecute. And so that's why 11 out of 12 disciples were martyred. That throughout history, the Christian church has been always under persecution. And let me get it to my key point here, is that although we American Christians are aware that persecution has happened around us, for generations we've not experienced it. For generations we have not experienced the downright persecution of our faith, having to hide from the kingdom of this world, having to go into hiding to worship and to study, to make Christian beliefs and practices and worship illegal. I think if we look at the political climate, we're getting closer and closer to a time in which Christians are going to be censored and Christians are going to start facing persecution. And I guess my message to you and to me is we got to be ready. If we're not seeing the times, if we're not seeing that the idea that this is a Christian nation has disappeared, and that we are Christians living in an American society that doesn't even know what it is and what its direction is and where it's going, we can't focus on the stuff in the kingdom of this world. We got to focus on God's kingdom, stay true to those teachings and those words. And hence, we need to prepare ourselves. We need to prepare ourselves for possible persecution. All of a sudden, can't share that on social media. Oh, can't share Jesus on social media. Oh, can't pray on social media. Oh, you can't worship. I mean, it's happened in other countries. It may happen here too. And I think because we have been protected from those persecutions, the danger is we're going to be caught by surprise and angry when they begin to escalate. We're going to think God abandoned us, when in reality, we're just becoming like the rest of the world. Christians being persecuted in Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan and Pakistan and other countries all over the globe. So today, one, let's pray for our fellow Christians around the world who are under persecution. Two, let's get our hearts and heads, spiritual hearts and heads ready that we create a communion and a fellowship so powerfully bound as Christians that we ready ourselves for a pressure and an oppression that may come in the future. These are the signs of the end of the age. This is how it's going to be until Jesus comes back again. All right, that's what I have for you. Pamela C., good morning. Emily Connolly, good morning. My cousin John, good morning. All right, that's it. Blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.